Hello, fans of all ages. This is indeed another episode of the Morik podcast. Thank you for tuning in once again. January 24th, 2015. Big snowstorm hit the Northeast last night, so hope you all are staying inside and staying warm. I'll tell you what, I wish I was in Arizona right now, where the Super Bowl is. Nice warm weather, festivities going on probably for the next 2 weeks up until the Super Bowl. But before we get into next week's matchup, I have to talk about DeflateGate. Before I give you my opinions on what should happen, the Patriots won 45-7. They were not, that ball, whatever balls were being used, had little to no effect on the game. The Patriots would have won fair and square no matter what. Dwayne Allen said it, and I think I speak for almost everyone when I say that the ball and how much air was in the ball had almost no effect on the game. Now that that's out of the way, no, the NFL is not going to suspend the Patriots for the Super Bowl. It's not like they're going to give them an automatic forfeit. The Super Bowl is the highest rated show, I guess, the highest rated event in America every year. No, without contest. And this Super Bowl, Seahawks-Patriots, it's going to be the highest rated Super Bowl of all time. I can guarantee it. Like I said before, the ball did not have a big outcome on the game. It was 45-7. A deflated ball is not responsible for 38 points. But the NFL has to hit Belichick, Robert Kraft. They have to hit the Patriots with something. My opinion, if I were the commissioner, Belichick's gone for a year, and I think the Patriots get a playoff ban for a year or two. This is not the first time they have gotten busted. They got busted with Spygate a while back. I think this is a lot worse than that, but the NFL hit them with a quote-unquote maximum fine of $500,000, which for them is pocket money. This isn't the first time they've cheated. They are repeat offenders, and it's a disgrace to sports. It's a disgrace to the NFL and football. You have guys taking steroids, going against the drug policy. We have domestic abusers, we have this, we have that. But this is a form of cheating that has to do with the equipment on the football field. This is in-game stuff we're talking about. This is not anything that happens off the field, in the locker room, at the players' houses. This is on the field. This was in-game. People say, oh, the Colts use deflated balls also. But the thing is, the Colts had no idea they were playing with deflated balls. Yes, deflated balls are easier for the quarterback to throw. They're easier for ball carriers to handle the ball. But if you don't practice with them, then it's going to take a second or two. It's going to take a little while to get used to the ball. The Patriots, you naturally assume that they have been practicing with these balls all week and some. The Colts were probably practicing with regular inflated footballs. Yes, they were using the balls. Both teams were using deflated balls. But the fact of the matter is that the Patriots more than likely practiced with them all week. If somehow, some way, it's proven that the ball boys themselves were the only people to know about the deflated balls, if no one came up to them and they said, hey, let's mess around with these balls, or if they just got lazy on their job, then get rid of them, ban them from the NFL for however long. But odds are it wasn't just that. Odds are Belichick said something. Odds are, I'm not saying that he did, but Tom Brady might be guilty. And don't get me wrong, Tom Brady is a great quarterback, with deflated balls or not. Arguably the greatest of all time. But you got to hit at least, don't necessarily hit Brady with anything. I mean, they do give the footballs to the quarterback, before each and every game, but it all starts out with the coach, and maybe the owner, and maybe the GM. And that's Belichick, who has been busted before. Belichick was the one that got fined $500,000 for Spygate. And I think he has to get punished again. Heavier and a lot harder. The NCAA gives playoff bans for football teams all the time. Look at UConn. Remember Shabazz Napier? That's what happens when you ban us. They do it in the NCAA all the time. Maybe the NFL has to step up. Because, quite frankly, a fine is not going to show anything. The Belichick or whoever gets fined is just going to pay the fine, and that's it. You have to hit them hard. You have to suspend them. You have to ban them. Taking away draft picks, they're the New England Patriots. Unless your name is Tom Brady, a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick means almost nothing. The Patriots will be fine without a 3rd round pick or for whatever. I think they will be just fine without those draft picks. They are in the Super Bowl, for crying out loud. They went 12-4. They're going to be fine without their draft picks. Hit them harder than giving them a draft pick or giving them a fine. You got to suspend Belichick, maybe Kraft, maybe Tom Brady, and you got to get rid of them for the playoffs for at least a year. Some people were saying to give them a couple losses in the beginning of next year. But then how do you decide who wins those games? Because some teams are going to get a free win, some teams aren't. That's a little unfair. That's why I say 0-16. Boom. Right there. Or don't even go 0-16. Just give them a playoff ban. Ohio State would have been top 5 for the last 2-3 years if they weren't banned. You think the Patriots would have fun leading the AFC East and actually being eliminated from playoff contention? That is the worst punishment you can get, and I think that is going to send a message to the Patriots. They need to stop cheating because a fine is not going to cut it. If they didn't cut it for Spygate, it's not going to cut it now. The NFL is not banning the Patriots from the Super Bowl, so I'm going to get into that. Before I get into the Super Bowl itself, actually, I have to talk about the NFC Championship game. That was the worst choke I have ever seen on a football field. So much at stake. Think about it. You're up 12 with, 5 minutes to go, if that, for a chance to go into the Super Bowl. The Giants at the Miracle at the New Meadowlands with Deshaun Jackson, that was bad. The Giants against the 49ers. Why do I keep bringing up the Giants? The Giants against the 49ers. That was bad. The Giants against the Eagles with Herm Edwards. That was bad. There have been a lot of bad chokes. I don't know why I keep bringing up the Giants, but you get the picture. There have been a lot of bad chokes, but none of them with stakes as high as the Packers. You can't blame Aaron Rodgers. The guy couldn't move. You know who's at fault? Not the tight end who didn't catch the onside kick. Sure, he should have went up with his hands close to each other instead of 4 feet away from each other, and the ball wouldn't have hit him in the face. But the defense cracked. The Packers have never had a good defense, but you can't play defense for 55 minutes and then expect that you're going to win. The game is never over until it hits triple zeros. And the Seahawks fans that left early, I hope you learned your lesson. I learned my lesson when Aaron Boone hit his walk-off home run. I fell asleep in the 5th inning. I thought I was 8 years old. I said, there's no way they're winning this game. And I missed the greatest moment in Yankee history, arguably. So don't leave a game early. Trust me, you will regret every single one. You can't blame the defense in overtime. I mean, Russell Wilson, those 2 balls that he threw were dimes. They were unbelievable. And the fact that they were back-to-back, awesome. Russell Wilson is one heck of a playmaker. It's unbelievable. But that 2-point conversion, that was the biggest joke. Russell Wilson ran back 90 yards, threw it off his back foot, and no one could make a play on that ball. All you got to do is knock it down. That was unbelievable. That was terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. I don't blame them for not getting the onside kick. Because onside kicks When that ball is going sky high, that ball can go anywhere. Onside kicks are, I think, most of the time when I see an onside kick go way up in the air, a lot of times I see it go to the kicking team. So don't blame that. I can't remember his name. Don't blame that guy. Blame the defense for not making a play when Russell Wilson's thrown 40 yards across the field on his back foot on a 2-point conversion. I mean, I thought the Seahawks would win, but I didn't think they would win with 3 minutes left to go in the game. So anyway, Seahawks Patriots. I've been saying this since before training camp even started. I said that if it were the Seahawks and Packers, whatever team had home field advantage, they would make the Super Bowl. And I think the Patriots were just, I mean, they're phenomenal. They're a dynasty, whether they cheat or not. They're awesome. They're great. I think we're going to see a repeat on Sunday. I think defense took down a phenomenal offense last year. I've always said that defense wins championships. And if we saw that last year, why would I change my mind this year? The Seahawks are on another level than everyone else, even the Patriots. The Patriots are undoubtedly the best team in the AFC, but the Seahawks are undoubtedly the best team in the NFL. I'm not expecting a blowout again. No one expected a blowout last year. I don't think the first play of the game is going to be a safety, and I don't think that play is going to make that much of a statement on the rest of the game, just like last year. I'm expecting a close game, as I do every Super Bowl. The line's a pick. It's a pick. How many times do you see that? Not very often. Not even a half a point, 1 point spread. Straight up pick them. If the Seahawks blow out the Patriots like they did the Broncos last year, then the Seahawks are undoubtedly they're probably top 5 teams ever. To blow out 2 great teams, 2 of the top 5 quarterbacks in NFL history, to completely blow them out in back-to-back Super Bowls, that's unbelievable. This team is like the '85 Bears. Phenomenal defense, and they tore apart anyone who would ever cross their way. Seahawks are winning Super Bowl 49. They're back-to-back champions. So in a couple weeks, the NBA is having their All-Star game. This weekend's the NHL All-Star weekend. Skills competition tonight, game tomorrow. But a lot of controversy in the NBA All-Star game. I really like the Eastern Conference lineup. Who do you got? You got LeBron, Melo, Pau Gasol, John Wall, Kyle Lowry. If Derrick Rose plays an entire season, then he's probably starting over both of them. But John Wall is besides Derrick Rose, I think the best point guard in the East. And Kyrie Irving's up there, but Kyrie Irving is like a 25, 4-3 kind of player. John Wall right now, he's averaging a double-double a game. And he's quick. He has a great basketball IQ. His team is awesome. He's leading that team right now, 29-14. I saw this guy play against the Knicks on Christmas, and he's fast. He has a great pull-up jumper. He doesn't miss. The guy's having a great season. He deserves to be a starter. And Kyle Lowry, who I was really surprised about, but you look at his numbers, averaging 20 a game, 7.5 assists, 5 rebounds. This guy is another great player. Toronto has great chemistry, and this guy is one of the main reasons why. I mean, this guy definitely deserves to be the starting for the All-Star game. Excuse me. We all know LeBron was going to make it. We all knew Melo was going to make it. Pau Gasol, without a doubt, best big man in the East. But the West, Stephen Curry, who outdid LeBron in the All-Star voting, and rightfully so. Anthony Davis, incredible, becoming a top 5 player rapidly. Blake Griffin, Marc Gasol, and Kobe. Now, Kobe tore his rotator cuff. He's out for the season, so he's obviously not going to play. You assume James Harden's probably going to take his spot. but James Harden should have taken his spot anyway. James Harden leads the league in points per game. He has 7 assists and 5.5 rebounds a game. The guy can drive. He's quick. He can shoot. Kobe is shooting, like 40% from the field? If that, I'm sorry. I get that Kobe is a household name, but people have to stop voting for guys just because they're a name. Kobe does not deserve to start this All-Star game. And honestly, I love voting for All-Star. I mean, every year I vote for the MLB All-Star game, but I vote for people who deserve to be in it. Minus last year because Derek Jeter, it was his final year, but that's obvious. I'm going to be biased. But just because the guy's a name, I don't know how to solve this. I mean, do you have owners vote? I guess you can do that, but owners are probably going to be biased toward their own players, and that's it. All-Star games are a popularity contest, whether you like it or not, and it stinks. I'm actually really surprised that Steph Curry got more votes than LeBron. I mean, LeBron's the best player on the planet, and we all know that he's going to be compared to Jordan and Kobe and all these guys for his entire life. But I can't believe the popularity contest got thrown out the window with Steph Curry and LeBron. Steph Curry deserves to get more votes than LeBron. Steph Curry, in my opinion, MVP right now. Except last night when Klay Thompson dropped 52 and went 9 for 9 for 3 in the third quarter and dropped 37. That's unbelievable. But again, popularity contest, there's no way around it, and it stinks. James Harden should be in over Kobe, and that's the way it is. All right, that does it for the 17th episode. Wow, 17 episodes done. Big snowstorm hit recently, so try to stay off the roads. Be careful, stay warm, stay dry. Hockey All-Star Weekend this weekend. Skills competition tonight, game tomorrow. Pro Bowl on tomorrow night. Super Bowl next Sunday in Glendale, Arizona. Rest in peace to Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks, one of the greats. It's not goodbye, it's see you later. Take care, everybody.